You ever play a story game so good it leaves you questioning why movies even exist? Yeah, same. Today we're diving into 15 of the best story-driven games you absolutely need to experience. This isn't some copy-paste list, it's hand-picked, battle-tested, and gamer-approved. Stick around and hey, consider subscribing if you vibe with story-rich adventures. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Some games give you a controller. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons gives you two at the same time. Developed by Starbreeze Studios, this adventure puzzle game tosses you into a fairy tale world full of beauty, danger, and heartbreak, and then hands you the keys to not one, but two brothers. You control each sibling with one analog stick. Sounds awkward, right? Well, that's the point. Their clumsy teamwork mirrors the bond they share. And as they stumble through forests, caves, and nightmare-fueled set pieces, you start to feel that connection deep in your own thumbs. The story? Equal parts magical and gut-wrenching. The brothers aren't just running errands. They're fighting for family, for survival, and ultimately for each other. By the end, let's just say you'll never look at a controller the same way again. It's short, it's brilliant, and it'll hit you harder than most 50-hour RPGs.
In the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
FIREWATCH. Some games drop you into epic wars or sprawling fantasy kingdoms. FIREWATCH drops you into a forest, alone, with a walkie-talkie. Doesn't sound thrilling? Trust me, it is. Developed by Campo Santo, this first-person narrative adventure turns the Wyoming wilderness into one of the most atmospheric playgrounds you'll ever explore. You play as Henry, a guy trying to escape his messy life by taking a job as a fire lookout. Your only lifeline? Delilah, your unseen supervisor who chats with you over radio. What starts as casual banter slowly unravels into a gripping mystery involving strange occurrences, secrets, and the paranoia that maybe you're not as alone in the woods as you thought. The gameplay? Exploration, choices, dialogue. No guns, no dragons, just raw storytelling. But the emotional weight? Immense. It's quiet, funny, tense, and heartbreaking all at once. Honestly, FIREWATCH proves you don't need explosions when your dialogue burns brighter than any wildfire.
They're nestled down in this valley, which makes it impossible for you or any lookout to see them.
Excuse me, Mr. Jefferson, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yes. Excuse you.
No, Victoria. Excuse us. I'd never let...
Life is Strange. High school is already a nightmare. Add time travel and you've basically got Life is Strange. Developed by Dontnod Entertainment, this episodic adventure throws you into the Converse sneakers of Max Caulfield, a photography student who discovers she can rewind time. Sounds fun, right? Except every fix you make comes back like a cosmic slap in the face. The setting, a sleepy town called Arcadia Bay, looks peaceful on the surface, but dig deeper and you'll uncover secrets, heartbreak, and choices that cut way deeper than any morality meter. At the heart of it all is Max's friendship with Chloe, the blue-haired rebel who somehow makes chaos feel like home. Gameplay is simple. Walk, talk, rewind. But the emotional gut punches? Brutal. By the end, you'll be questioning every choice, every rewind, and maybe even your own ability to let go. It's not just a game, it's a coming-of-age tragedy you won't forget.
Since you know all the answers, I guess you have to find another way into the dorm. We ain't moving. Oh wait, hold that pose.
Get this bus moving! Hey, driver!
I said,
let's go, man!
We're staying right here! We're safe inside the bus! Nothing's gonna... Holy shit!
The Walking Dead. Zombies are scary, sure, but you know what's scarier? Having to decide who lives and who dies when every choice feels like it's tattooed on your soul. That's The Walking Dead by Telltale Games, a narrative-driven adventure that redefined episodic storytelling. You step into the shoes of Lee Everett, a man with a complicated past who stumbles into protecting Clementine, a young girl caught in the chaos of the undead outbreak. Forget mowing down hordes of zombies. This game is about the people, the relationships, and the impossible choices that test your humanity more than your trigger finger. The cel-shaded art style might look comic book light, but the writing? It's darker than the inside of a locked basement. Every episode leaves you shaken, and by the finale, you'll be a broken shell of a gamer whispering, "Clementine will remember that." Spoiler, so will you.
What's that one eating?
I don't know. I'll check it out.
I gotta get back out front. Looking forward to that soup.
is down. Snipe that hostile. Sure thing. Taking him down.
Spec Ops The Line. On the surface, Spec Ops The Line looks like just another military shooter. Boots on the ground, guns blazing, America saves the day. But then it sucker punches you in the gut and makes you question why you even play shooters in the first place. Developed by Jaeger, this third-person shooter drops you into a ruined Dubai swallowed by sand and madness. You play as Captain Martin Walker, leading a squad on a rescue mission. But the deeper you go, the blurrier the line between hero and monster becomes. The game forces you into horrific choices, then stares you in the eye and says, "This is what you did. Feel good about it?" Spoiler, you won't. Gameplay-wise, it's tight and tactical, but the real combat happens in your conscience. By the credits, you're not celebrating victory. You're unpacking trauma. It's not just a shooter. It's a psychological sandstorm you'll never escape.
Kill is fucking confirmed. Got the son of a bitch. He's dead. That's one.
Control. Some games hand you a gun. Control, developed by Remedy Entertainment, hands you a gun that morphs into whatever the hell it wants, and then it gives you psychic powers, just to make sure you feel like a Marvel reject with a government paycheck. You play as Jesse Faden, wandering into the Federal Bureau of Control, which is basically a haunted office building on every steroid imaginable. The walls shift, reality folds in on itself, and post-it notes feel more dangerous than grenades. The vibe? David Lynch meets X-Files after one too many espressos. The story is a rabbit hole of conspiracies, missing brothers, and cryptic janitors who may or may not be gods. Combat mixes gunplay with telekinesis, because nothing says job satisfaction like hurling a desk at someone's face. Control is stylish, mysterious, and unapologetically weird. If Paranoia had a headquarters, this would be it. BioShock Infinite. If BioShock took you underwater, BioShock Infinite blasts you into the clouds, and trust me, the view isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Developed by Irrational Games, this first-person shooter drops you into Colombia, a floating city that looks like a patriotic postcard until you realize it's basically Disneyland run by a cult. You're Booker DeWitt, a man with debts, demons, and one job. Bring us the girl, wipe away the debt. The girl? Elizabeth, one of gaming's best companions, with powers that tear holes in reality itself. Together you shoot, soar on skylines, and unravel a story that bends history, morality, and your brain into a pretzel. Combat is frantic. Guns, magic-like vigors, and skyline acrobatics make every encounter feel cinematic. But the real weapon here is the narrative, which slams you with twists that still spark debates today. BioShock Infinite isn't just a game. It's a philosophical roller coaster with machine guns. Shadow of the Colossus. Some games throw endless enemies at you. Shadow of the Colossus, developed by Team Eco, throws 16. Sounds easy, right? Except each one is the size of a skyscraper, and your job is to climb them like a medieval Spider-Man while stabbing their weak spots for dear life. You play as Wander, a boy desperate to save a girl named Mono. To do that, you strike a deal with a mysterious entity, slay the Colossi, and she'll awaken. The catch? Every victory feels less like triumph and more like a moral gut punch, as if the game itself is whispering, maybe you're the monster here. The vast, empty world feels hauntingly alive. Lonely plains, ruined temples, endless silence. Just you, your horse, and the echoes of your choices. Gameplay is puzzle-solving on an epic scale, equal parts breathtaking and nerve-wracking. Shadow of the Colossus isn't just a game, it's a myth carved into pixels.
Shit me!
Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. If Indiana Jones had a PlayStation exclusive, it would be Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Developed by Naughty Dog, this action-adventure closes the book on Nathan Drake's wild career of cliffhanging, treasure hunting, and surviving falls that would kill a normal human 10 times over. The story brings Drake out of retirement when his long-lost brother Sam reappears, pulling him into one last hunt for pirate treasure. But this time, it's not just about gold. It's about family, loyalty, and whether Nate can balance adventure with a life worth living. The set pieces? Ridiculous. In the best way. You'll be dangling from collapsing ruins, driving jeeps through chaos, and swinging on ropes like Spider-Man with a gun. The banter between Nate, Elena, Sully, and Sam is pure gold, making you feel like you're part of the crew. Uncharted 4 isn't just an action blockbuster. It's the farewell tour we didn't want to end.
Stick your hand out! Sully, little help! Thank you! Nate, I'm good. Whoa! You know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they found it. See you later.
Hey, what's going on here?
What the fucking hell?
Christ. And this fucking guy, too?
Are you kidding me?
The Wolf Among Us. Fairy tales aren't all happily ever afters. Sometimes they're chain-smoking, whiskey-drinking nightmares in a cheap New York apartment. That's The Wolf Among Us, developed by Telltale Games, a noir detective thriller where Snow White and the Big Bad Wolf aren't bedtime stories, they're your neighbors. You play as Bigby Wolf, sheriff of Fabletown, trying to keep order among fairy tale characters living in hiding. The vibe? Think Sin City meets Grimm's fairy tales, all neon grit, shady dives, and secrets waiting to explode. The murder mystery at the heart of the story twists tighter with every choice you make, and, in true Telltale fashion, your dialogue decisions matter more than your fists. Though throwing a punch feels pretty damn satisfying too. The game oozes atmosphere, comic book visuals, sharp writing, and a world that feels alive even in its darkest corners. The Wolf Among Us proves fairy tales aren't dead, they've just gone full R-rated.
What the hell are you doing? This is my fucking fight.
Not now.
Dog, you got a lot of nerve.
Protecting your friend.
Detroit Become Human. If androids dream of electric sheep, then Detroit Become Human lets you decide whether they dream of freedom, chaos, or just not getting stuck in your bad QuickTime event. Developed by Quantic Dream, this interactive drama throws you into a near-future Detroit where androids serve humanity until they start questioning who's really in charge. You juggle 3 characters: Connor, a stoic detective bot, Marcus, a reluctant revolutionary, and Kara, an android just trying to protect a child in a cruel world. Their stories weave together, and every choice, big or small, branches into wildly different outcomes. Mess up, characters can die permanently, and the story rolls on without them. Gameplay is dialogue, exploration, and QTE-heavy action, but the real hook is the branching narrative. Few games make you sweat over a single button press like this one. Detroit isn't about winning, it's about owning the future you create. SENUA'S SAGA HELLBLADE 2. Some games are entertainment. SENUA'S SAGA HELLBLADE 2 feels more like an experience carved into your brain. Developed by Ninja Theory, this action-adventure sequel takes the haunting psychological storytelling of the first game and dials it up to 11, both visually and emotionally. You play as Senua, a warrior battling inner demons and outer monsters across the brutal landscapes of Viking Iceland. The world is raw, unforgiving, crashing waves, jagged cliffs, firelit rituals, and every frame looks like it belongs in a cinematic masterpiece. But the real storm is inside Senua's mind. The voices, the whispers, the intrusive thoughts, they're not just background noise, they're part of the gameplay, pulling you deeper into her fractured perspective. Combat is heavier, more visceral, each strike feels earned, each enemy a test of strength and spirit. Hellblade 2 isn't a game you simply play, it's one you survive, remember, and carry with you long after. We're getting into the final stretch now, and honestly, this list only gets better from here. If you've been enjoying the ride so far, why not hit that subscribe button? It's free, it helps me out a ton, and it makes sure you don't miss future lists packed with even more story-driven masterpieces. The Last of Us Part 1. If video games ever needed a mic drop moment, it's The Last of Us Part 1. Developed by Naughty Dog, this post-apocalyptic action-adventure doesn't just tell a story. It rips your heart out, stomps on it, and somehow makes you thank it for the experience. You play as Joel, a grizzled survivor in a world overrun by fungal-infected monstrosities. His mission? Escort Ellie, a teenage girl who might just be humanity's last hope. Sounds simple, until their journey becomes less about saving the world and more about saving each other. The world is bleak but breathtaking, ruined cities overtaken by nature, danger lurking in every shadow. Combat blends stealth, crafting, and sheer desperation, making every bullet feel like gold. But the real weapon here is the writing. Joel and Ellie's bond feels raw, human, and unforgettable. The Last of Us isn't just a game, it's a landmark in storytelling.
Ellie, run! Run!
They're coming from everywhere!
Rushed!
God of War Ragnarök. If God of War 2018 was a brutal family road trip, then Ragnarök is the full-on apocalypse family reunion. Developed by Santa Monica Studio, this action-adventure masterpiece continues Kratos and Atreus' saga against the Norse gods, and trust me, it's equal parts heartbreaking and jaw-dropping. The 9 realms feel alive this time. Frozen tundras, lush forests, fiery hellscapes, each realm brimming with myth and menace. The story digs deep into prophecy, parenthood, and fate, with Kratos struggling to balance being both dad of war and the walking embodiment of vengeance. Meanwhile, Atreus takes center stage, wrestling with his identity and some truly colossal choices. Combat, still crunchy, still brutal, axe throws, blades of chaos, and shield slams never get old. But layered on top are new weapons, epic boss fights, and puzzles that flex your brain as much as your reflexes. Ragnarök doesn't just end a saga, it etches it into legend.
I'll kill you again in hell, my friend.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Some games are about winning. Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games, is about living and then losing it all in the dust. Set in the dying days of the Wild West, you step into the boots of Arthur Morgan, an outlaw torn between loyalty to his gang and the creeping truth that their world is crumbling. The setting is staggering. Snow-capped mountains, swamps buzzing with life, towns that feel lived in. Every sunrise, every train robbery, every quiet moment at camp, it all feels cinematic. But the real punch comes from Arthur himself. His journey is tragic, tender, and brutally human, cementing him as one of gaming's greatest characters. Gameplay mixes gunfights, heists, hunting, poker, and more side quests than you'll ever finish. But it's not the missions you remember, it's the moments. The ride with Dutch's gang, the quiet talks with John, the endings that haunt you. RDR2 isn't just a game, it's an American epic.
Jesus!
And there you have it, 15 story-driven games that prove pixels can punch harder than any movie script. If even one of these titles ends up wrecking your emotions, then my job here is done. If you enjoyed the ride, drop a like, share your favorite story game in the comments, and subscribe for more lists like this. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's next.